Welcome to the Innate series, the ultimate resource for chiropractors looking to grow, thrive, and align their practice with purpose. In today's episode, Dr. J.P. Whittaker shares his powerful journey from a personal family health struggle to discovering his purpose in chiropractic care. Dr. Whittaker dives into how he overcame challenges, found his identity, and is now transforming underserved communities. Let's get started.
After I got my own clinic. And part of, I guess I'll say, the drive to have my own facility, part of the thing that kind of kept me going even in that gap was my mother. My mother had a car accident in 96. Now, in 96, I was undergrad, so this is way before I knew anything about chiropractic. But she had a car accident in 96, was paralyzed on the left side of her body in this car accident. So she went from the scene of the accident to the hospital, the ambulance. I talked to her on the phone. Sounds like she had a speech impediment. She couldn't control the muscles in her face. So a few days went by. A lot of stuff cleared up, but she wasn't quite the same. Left leg didn't work very well. She'd be walking sometimes, and she'd just lose strength and fall. So between wheelchair, walker, cane, we're just trying to keep her safe and upright. Biggest part of this, though, is that if she was standing on concrete for too long or tried to walk up a flight of stairs, her entire body would start, just contracting. We actually called those spasms. We found out much later on those were seizures. Now, because of everything that's going on with her, she had a job that she'd been working at for 30 years already. If anybody remembers what Southwestern Bell is, She had that job for 30 years. That was her career. She had to come off the job. She had to retire. She just couldn't get it done. Medical disability, she had to fight for that and everything else. Just a lot of different aspects of life changed drastically with what her body was doing. And at the time, honestly, we had no clue what chiropractic was. So fast forward, the neighborhood of 2007, after I met you guys and kind of learned what a chiropractor was, got the wild idea to take some x-rays of her spine and see if she had a subluxation. Sure enough, that was the problem. We started adjusting and she got better. And to this day now, my mother is the most energetic 75-year-old lady you will meet.
Yes,
she is a ball of energy all day long.
Love her to death.
Yeah. But much different than what we were dealing with before. So a big part of my drive is the understanding that, number one, we did not know this was an option. We didn't know chiropractic was most likely a very good solution to her problem. And I'm sure there are so many other people out there who have the exact same experience that we went through. You're going here, you're going there. I mean, we saw neuros, orthos, physical therapists. We went everywhere. Seriously, had no idea chiropractic could be the solution. With that being said, part of my passion is to try to help as many families not have to experience what we went through with my mom. But the only way people are going to know that chiropractic is an option is if chiropractors are there to take care of them. Otherwise, a lot of people are going to be left twisting in the wind like we were.
And you mentioned the 2019, reconnecting with AMC Aligned, okay? And I've watched this journey off and on for obviously well over a decade now, probably approaching 2 decades, which is making me feel old today. But something has clicked twice with you since 2019. Now you reconnected with Aligned. Your chiropractic philosophy, value, identity has taken a big leap since you reconnected in 2019. So even though you experienced that for your mom, since 2019, you've gone through a transformation on several levels. Chiropractically, right? Then you and I, we have our own story together, right? You and I laugh about it, but we always can think about, well, you and I'll never think about Chinese food the same way, will we? Right? It was just several years back. You and I ended up, happenstance, I don't remember who, I think it was Dr. Rob Vallandingham, now that I think about it, said, we need to sit down with Tom, and you and I sat across from each other at that table at a little Chinese restaurant, and you drew a line in the sand that day. And you made some commitments, because there's a difference of getting involved with something.
Mm.
When you make a commitment, you made a commitment to chiropractic before that day, right? And you've made a commitment learning from some of the best and of the best here in Aligned. But you made a commitment for yourself to go through a transformation. And then I want to get to the point of what's your drive right now? Because you and I discovered something a couple of years ago, or at least let's say I discovered something. You enlightened me, and that's really where I want to get to is let's talk about that movement that you're a part of now, but talk about that from 2019 forward, chiropractically, and that line in the sand moment that you and I experienced and what has transformed, because your practice, don't let me quote it, but your practice has almost tripled to at least doubled in size since that day that you and I sat there. And we haven't changed the AMC system. You said you've been around the AMC system since 2007, right?
Yeah.
And then you come back, re-engage in 2019. The system's never changed per se, the fundamentals. Something shifted with you, and now all of a sudden, where the mind goes, the rest follows. And now all of a sudden, you're reaping those rewards, but it's not because you're doing 10 times or double the amount of marketing, and you're seeing double the amount of new patients. You're not spinning burning the candle at both ends to do it. You're doing it efficiently, effectively. You're having fun doing it. So let's talk about that. 2019 forward, and then let's eventually get into what's your purpose and drive these days.
Yeah. So 2019, like I say, came back in, and there was a transition that happened, and there was a commitment that was made. There's this guy named Tom Owen. He's a pretty special guy. Kind of took me under his wing, so to speak, and helped to build the confidence in me as a chiropractor, and helped to build the solid footing in me as a man. Didn't even realize how much I needed that at the time. So, you ever heard of this guy, Tom Owen? Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that caused a mind shift and a heart set that hadn't been there before. Put me in a different space, totally. And it translated to my family, my friends, my ministry, and definitely my practice. So yeah, practice has doubled. Yeah, practice definitely doubled. And we grow every year. We get bigger every year. So it's wonderful to be in that position, thinking through everything that has gone on, where we are now, where we used to be. I mean, there was a point in time in my journey where I wanted to buy my daughter a bike that cost $75. And I couldn't find it. I could not find $75. So fast forward with everything being different.
That was long before 2019.
That was long before 2019. Yeah, that was long before 2019. But yeah, fast forward, 2022, bought my daughter a cash car. So from, I couldn't buy a bike that was, just 2 digits big. Bought her a nice little car, a little cash car, and didn't miss a beat.
Thank you for joining us on Innate. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. For more resources, mentorship opportunities, and to connect with our community, visit amcfamily.com. Until next time, stay aligned.